And it's like, oh my God. Oh.
And those people at the other table are just like,
Oh, yeah, there's people at the table. They're just like,
look down, don't look up.
Don't look down. And it's so cathartic seeing this happen. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tokunommentaries. I'm Austin.
And I'm Christian.
And today, we're talking about Tokusatsu.
Yes.
But not a Tokusatsu show.
Sure.
It is a show about Tokusatsu.
Yes.
We're talking about Tokusatsu Gagaga, a J-drama that was produced in 2019 that's based off of the manga series of the same name. Before we get into that, though, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Great! I want to hear it.
You didn't hear them?
No?
Oh.
You hearing the voices again, Austin?
Yes.
Are the Tokusatsu characters standing in the room?
Patreon.com/Tokunommentaries, where you can check out the commentary tracks for all of the shows and movies that we've watched so far, including this one, where you can see a clip of it, right? Schmear. I like how the guys up on stage, they look like they're like putting their all into it,
Yeah.
but the people in the crowd are just like,
They're also like, what the fuck is this song?
what the fuck is this song? Shit, where do you get those? I'm free to streamers! We're under attack! Smoke bombs!
5 smoke bombs go out.
Other than that, join the Discord where we can talk about other things, not just Tokusatsu, just talk about anything.
Anything.
Yeah, come on in and join.
I need friends.
And, of course, thank you so much for clicking on this video and checking us out. We got a little bit of Tokusatsu news.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy, just a quick nice.
Cool.
For the first time in a while, we're having a Kamen Rider and Super Sentai movie.
Oh, wow, really?
They announced a Boom Boomger and Gotchard movie.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank the Lord.
Finally.
Finally. My two favorite looking, like two favorite series coming together.
One's a really good suit with a bad show. The other one's a really good show with really good suits.
Shoot. You're cute.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways. Do you want to talk about Tokusatsu Gagaga?
I would love to talk about Tokusatsu Gagaga.
All right. Let's just get into the premise, okay?
Okay, yeah.
If I'm pitching this to you, okay, a non-Tokusatsu fan,
Yeah.
it probably would just sound like a generic J-drama shenanigans, right? So, but to us Tokusatsu fans, this show hits different.
Yeah, it definitely hits some soft spots.
Yeah. Let's just go into the premise of it, okay? Main character, Nakamura.
Yeah.
We'll show a picture of her here.
Yep.
She is the worst thing ever.
God,
She's a Tokusatsu fan.
what a dork.
Not only that, but she's a fucking adult. Ew.
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 She's an adult. She likes Tokusatsu.
Yes.
Gross.
I couldn't imagine.
God.
Not only that, but she's a Tokusatsu fan, an adult, and a woman.
Wow.
In a harsh social, like, that kind of stuff is like a big social no-no
Yeah.
in Japan, right? And she has to go about her daily life of trying to hide that she is a Tokusatsu fan from all of her friends, her family, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we see her daily adventures of doing that. That's basically the premise of it.
Yeah. And then antics ensue.
And the antics that ensue, of course. The show's very short. It's the shortest show we've watched at 7 episodes. They're about an hour each. But yeah, overall, without getting too much into it.
Yeah. Want to do the rating real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for sure. This show, I remember watching the show like right after it got done airing, and I mean, the stuff that it talks about and it like presents to people, like if you are a Tokusatsu fan, not even like a Kamen Rider or a Super Sentai or Ultraman or just Godzilla, like if you're just a like even remotely into nerd culture, in general, this show will hit for you.
There's gonna be something somewhere in there that you're gonna be like, oh, I've been there.
There's a character in here for you.
Yeah.
And if you're a Tokusatsu fan, it's gonna hit even more. Let's kind of go into the main cast, because the main cast is actually really small.
Yeah.
But each one of them, I think the core, we'll say about 5 or so, are really fleshed out. And each one of them presents a discussion piece on them.
Yeah.
Let's kind of start with the big one.
Yeah.
Nakamura. I don't think there was a single scene in the show where I haven't related to her at all. Like, the idea of being a character that has to hide their Tokusatsu fandom from people or else be socially shunned is something that everybody has felt at least once in their lives, whether it's in high school or middle school, where that Power Rangers isn't cool anymore.
Yeah.
What you still watch that?
I think it was like Godzilla. I mean,
Am I the odd one out here for that then? I've never
there's gonna be a character for you.
Okay,
cool.
Hold on.
Yeah, like when I was
if you don't relate to one of these 5 main characters at all, touch grass. Anyways.
Yeah. Like when I was a little kid, I loved Godzilla. That's all I would ever talk about. And when I went to middle school, like I was a dork. And I was a weirdo. So I stopped. I was like, I'm not gonna like Godzilla, and then I'll get a bunch of friends.
Yeah. And that's what she went through too. Like she did the exact same thing. We're gonna go into this. The show has a lot of spoiler heavy stuff to it.
Yeah.
So I think the best option is to, if you like J drama, this is an automatic recommendation if you're a Tokusatsu fan as well. If you're a big Tokusatsu fan and you still haven't seen this show, what are you doing?
What are you doing? It's really good. My biggest issue with the show is that it's only 7 episodes. I wish it was more.
Yeah, I agree. I think there are some parts here and there that are kind of slow, like episode like 5 and 6 are kind of slow. There are a lot of setup for like the later half of episode 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And there are some I've also read the manga. There are some things that were taken from the manga that I wish were in the show. And there were some stuff from the manga that were cut down, and I was like, man, I wish those were in there. But
I mean, having more episodes would definitely help that.
Some more episodes would help. But like honestly, nitpicky things. They got the core aspect of the story down.
I honestly didn't even mind the slow parts because I love the characters so much. I didn't mind spending some time with them, even if it wasn't progressing the plot anyway. Yeah, I love spending time with these guys.
That's kind of the best part about the show. No, like hands down is the characters. They are, I mean, some of the best characters I've seen in any show whatsoever. Like,
that's a solid J drama on its own.
Yeah. So from here on out, spoilers for everything. Okay. There are so many bits that Nakamura goes through that we made jokes about it, but me and you have gone through.
Yeah.
With the second main character of the show, which is Yoshida. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Sorry. I do not remember people's names.
I have horrible names.
We're horrible names. Yoshida-san.
Yeah.
So Nakamura is, I think she's like 26.
Yeah.
She's like
mid-20s.
She's in her mid-20s. And Yoshida-san is in her 30s.
Yeah.
And that is a big point of contention for her. Is that like Nakamura is still in her quote unquote her youth, quote unquote. But Yoshida, she's a taxpayer. Like she has a boyfriend who, as far as viewers are aware, doesn't know that she's a Tokusatsu fan.
As far as
or at least isn't one.
Yeah.
And so I could imagine a lot of older fans, older than our generation, relating to her in the way that she's like the first time we meet her, she goes to a stage show which for those who don't know, it's like a live action version of like an episode.
Yeah,
kinda.
sure.
Yeah, it's for kids to come out and see the stuff, right?
Like Disney on Ice, but
Yeah, kinda,
Yes, but Power Rangers on Ice, which I want to see.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of funny and cool to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm for sure that's been a thing.
Power Rangers on Ice?
Yeah.
At least not here in the States.
I'm sure Sentai has done.
Yeah,
something
Sentai,
like
Power Rangers, no.
I'm sure something is done like that. Anyways, she goes to that and she's like, I'm swearing off Tokusatsu.
Yeah, like this will be the last Tokusatsu show to watch. Like,
Yeah.
I'm too old for this now.
And that's something that me and you have gone through. We were just talking about it, of like giving up on it. Sure, different age gaps,
Yeah.
but for the same reasons, you know. And it's kind of this like cathartic moment where we see her hanging out with Nakamura, and Nakamura is just starting to like embrace Tokusatsu
Yeah.
and like go to stuff. We see her go to her first stage show.
And this at this point, this is like her first other Tokusatsu friend. This is the only other person that she can actually like kind of open up to.
Yeah, and it's kind of this beautiful moment where Yoshida is like, "Oh, I don't need to give up on this." And that was such a big moment for me. And I was like, "Oh, that was like the moment in the series where I was like, oh, this hits different."
Yeah. Yeah. This show was made for me.
This show was made for me. And then she just continuously is like the source of comedic relief here and there, you know? Yeah, Yoshida. She continues to have some great. Everybody is super.
This show is hilarious.
Everybody is so fucking funny in this show.
Yeah.
But Yoshida, she has like a lot of great bits. One of my personal like recurring bits that she has is that she constantly have these weird fucking things in her bag the entire time.
Yeah, she'll pull like a whole box set of Super Sentai, and it's so funny.
Yeah, or a whole camera set. She's like, bonk.
Yeah, she's like a Mary Poppins bag, and I love it. It's very, very funny.
But like, and seeing these two, their friendship grow is part of like the first arc of it, and it's really cool. It's really cathartic to see. It's
very cute. Yeah.
I relate to it with our friendship. Anyways, we move on to the next main character we see. We meet little Damien.
Yes. Oh yeah, this little guy.
The actual child.
It's the kid. Yeah, I love him.
Yes, he's this little kid. And Damien, like, when we watch Tokusatsu from any form, kid characters usually suck.
Yeah.
This is a common thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, here comes the kid.
Damien's pretty good.
No, I love him.
He's just
kid.
He's just a good kid. He maybe it's because I'm too old to remember, but I feel like every Tokusatsu fan can relate to Damien just a little bit on the fact of just the playing imagination bit. When he's off to cram school, he's like, I fucking hate this. I hate being responsible. All I want to do is hang out with my friends and stuff like that, and go watch Tokusatsu and stuff like that. Yeah. But this little moment that I have where he's like walking through a tunnel. Yeah. And he's like, I'm being deployed to go on my Super Sentai mission.
Like, he goes the long way around to school so he can go through this tunnel and like just use his imagination. Yeah. And I think that's so cute.
It's so cute. Like,
I love this kid.
And I think that's something that maybe you don't do, or maybe you don't do, but I do it all the time, where I'm still doing things where maybe it's just because I'm a DM and we're running Power Ranger games, but I'm constantly thinking up Power Ranger scenarios for, stuff like that.
I do that all the time.
And
for Godzilla though.
Not me using like I have a revolver constantly to just do fun things in my room.
Dude, well, okay, yes. Yeah. Like if you're a Toku fan and you got shit like we do, and you're not messing with it, what are we doing?
Come on.
Come on.
I do a screen accurate henshin every time I pick up my Boom Boom changer.
I'm constantly fidgeting with my gimmick toys all the time. Hold on.
Bless you.
You don't mean that.
No.
I just mess with the revolver constantly. Like, it's up on my shelf next to my desk, so I just stand up, reach in there, grab it,
Yeah.
and I grab one of the Zendenchis, and I just sit there, and I'm just like, let's do this.
But I'm in a mood show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Fun
Damien,
stuff.
he constantly is also. He's also used for Nakamura to help her.
Yeah.
Like Damien is usually the one that helps Nakamura, or what?
Nakamura.
Kano,
Whatever.
Yeah,
The main girl.
main girl, help her get through her troubles because he's out here with like the mindset of adults are so rad. You have so much money you could spend. And you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's so cool. Yeah. And he's like, comes at her with like no judgment at all. And she like finds like a safe space in this kid.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
it is very cool. I like their relationship. And then we get to the third main character, which is, say it for me, Bubba. The girl with the glasses.
They're on the third girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kitashiro.
Kitashiro.
This girl.
This girl.
This girl.
She's kind of mean at the beginning.
She's
kind of a
very
jerk.
mean, very judgmental.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she comes off as sort of like this antagonist almost.
Yeah.
For Nakamura. She works with her at her job. And man, I haven't been through it. You haven't been through it, at least from what I presume.
Through what?
The stuff that she goes through.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think so. Not really.
But the shit that she goes through, I could totally see if we didn't zig where we zagged, we could have ended up in that scenario.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's kind of one of the benefits of being in a Tokusatsu fan in the United States versus in Japan. This is kind of like the first instance of and we'll go into the big discussion of like of culture and social norms and stuff like that, because I think that's a really interesting discussion we should have.
Yeah.
But Kitashiro-san, she is a closeted fan as well, but not of Tokusatsu, of J-pop.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of similar in the way that she's like embarrassed of it, because it's, you know, she's also in her 30s or something, and you know, these J-pop boys are 18, 19, 20 year old boys, and it's not culturally it's not meant for her.
Yeah.
And she has a character who's one of the side characters, your favorite character.
Yes. What's her name? It's the girl in the middle. Yeah.
Yep. My
I can't read that.
Or something like that.
Miyabi?
Miyabi.
Miyabi. I like
Miyabi-san.
Miyabi.
Yeah. Miyabi-san, who is she's just in college. She's like 18, 19, 20. She's the perfect age for J-pop. But and they become fast friends.
Yeah.
But during like a sit down with like a bunch of what's her name? Kitashiro.
Third girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitashiro.
Thank
so
you.
many names. You have such a hard time. We're so sorry.
On a sit down with Kitashiro's son's friends and stuff like that, she gets revealed to her friends that she's a J-pop fan.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say they bully her about it, but there are just like those like whisperings from coworkers that go on, and man, that could get under someone's skin. I don't relate to that because I'm someone who wears literally on my sleeve.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very proud of being a Tokusatsu fan, and I wear it on my sleeves and stuff like that. But this is where we can start talking about culture and stuff like that. On Japan, it's especially if you're working in like the company scene, that's a big no-no. It's a big red flag there. And I think her reaction to her friend is unjustly when she like, shouts at her and calls her out.
Yeah.
But understandable because of the social norms that are in Japan. And we'll talk about that big part at the end when we get to my umbrage. But I really like seeing her open up more to the main cast. And first off, her actress is so fucking funny. When she's always like very like droopy, like moody kind of like attitude. She talks very serious and stuff like that. But I love when her actress like flips it and she starts talking like other people and she like imitates people. Very funny stuff. And then we probably get into what I would consider the fifth main character of the show. He's kind of sporadic in it. He's a side character, but it's a character that I really want to talk about. It's the only true male main character, I believe, in the show.
Yeah, I would say so.
Which is guy at the bottom with Damien.
Nikio-san.
Yeah. The what?
What? The what?
Nihio-san?
Nikio-san.
Nikio-san.
Sure.
Nikio-san.
This guy.
He runs a toy store. He looks like a goddamn
They call him a Yakuza
he
member,
comes off as like a gangster Yakuza kind of guy.
The main character thinks that he is that at the beginning, and then
This is the sweetest man of all time.
God, I love him.
He is the biggest fucking softie ever.
Yeah.
This is where it genuinely changed my outlook on things too. And I hope that this character pushes for a change in our fandom.
Yeah.
He's a fan of what was it called?
Love Kiss.
Love
right?
Kiss.
Yeah.
Was it? I don't know. Doesn't
Something
matter.
like that. I think it was right.
It's pretty cute. It's Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Something made for girls, clearly made for a female demographic.
Yeah.
And he loves it.
A young female demographic too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the moment where I was like, oh shit, I kind of get it, because he didn't get cast, because he doesn't give a shit about what most people think about him. Like the outside world thinks about him. Like his mom is super supportive of him, that he watches it, because she's not mad that he's watching it because it's made for girls. She's mad because you're a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
What happened? which is kind of funny. But like in reality, she doesn't actually care.
No, she doesn't think any differently of him.
So his issue isn't that he's not afraid of other people judging him. He's afraid of nerdy people judging him. People that are similar to him, or females, judging him and stuff like that, because this is something made for girls, right?
Yeah.
And
he doesn't want to come off as creepy.
He doesn't want to come off as creepy or gross or anything like that, but he just likes it.
Yeah.
And this is like he became my favorite character right off the bat, because he's such a sweetheart and he's such a good guy, and it kind of made me like take a step back and being like, do I do that? I'm not like him, but I've been there, and I'm not accusing, but maybe we've all been there. Some of your friends might have been like, I'm a furry, or I'm a brony, and we've been quick to judge them. Somebody out there has, and that's not fair. Just because we have different interests doesn't mean we should judge people on those interests, because if we do, we're just like the people in middle school that said we were weird for liking Tokusatsu. We're no better than them.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we have to like it.
Mm-hmm.
The girls in the show don't immediately go and like, oh, we're gonna watch Pretty Cure with you.
Yeah.
And he's not. And same thing for him. He doesn't go and watch Tokusatsu for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they still unite under the umbrella of nerdy
Yeah.
stuff.
To the outside world, we're all weird, and then they bond over that. I
Yeah,
love it.
and that's something we
Yeah.
should all try to do in our daily lives, is to grow these connections, find those little things that bring us together, and that's what the power of friendship is in my heart. I'm
Woo.
just saying.
Bring it home.
Bring it
Power
home.
Rangers.
Huh?
Power Rangers. Power friendship.
Tink?
Tink. I don't have anything. It's all really over there.
I was like, you're
It's
just
too far
literally
away.
right there.
It's fine. It's
It's out of my reach. I have to move too much to go get it, and I don't want to.
There's a lot. There's a lot of other side characters too. Mostly the people that work with Nakamura-san. Not much to say really on them.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like the driving force between antics that happen in the workplace and stuff like that. Yeah, I really don't have anything else on them. Do we want to get to the last character?
Well, I think we didn't. We kind of went over Nakamura, right? It's the main girl.
Yeah.
Kind of over her a little bit. We forgot to mention the fact that she hallucinates.
Doesn't hallucinate. It's complicated, right? It's for the bit. So we haven't actually talked about the Tokusatsu in the
Yeah,
show,
so
which is we should talk about.
Yeah.
So there's two main Tokusatsu in the show.
It's not like Super Sentai.
Well-
it is, but it's like not actually Super Sentai.
But
It's like an off-brand.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
it's called Jushamon.
Something like that.
Here,
Yeah.
scroll up or down, find it. Anyways,
I can put a picture up here.
there's
You mean this thing?
Those
yeah,
guys.
Jushawan.
Jushawan. Yeah. Very
Jushawan,
close.
and I think it's supposed to be based off of like Chinese martial arts mixed with cat people. It's like Geki Ranger, but instead of Japanese martial arts, it's Chinese style fighting.
Sure.
And then there's the second one, which is Emmer Jason,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be the Metal Heroes / Kamen Rider equivalent.
I just think Robo Knight.
I mean, to be
Similar.
fair, those kind of characters are based off of Metal
Yeah.
Heroes. So,
For one who doesn't like VR Troopers, if you don't know what that is.
oh yeah, VR Troopers, Big Bad Beetleborgs, stuff
Those
like
guys,
that. Those are all Metal Heroes.
This is Emmer Jason.
And then those two are the driving forces of the Tokusatsu that all the main characters talk about. Like Jushawan is the current airing Super Sentai, for an example, in Japan at the time, right? And there's a lot of times where our main character and just all the characters, by the end,
They all do a group hallucination together
we'll
many
all
times.
see these characters.
Because like when they get into like a situation or something, a lot of times one of these characters will show up and be like, "This is the right thing to do," or like, "This is like what happens in the show."
Yeah.
My
And-
imaginary Tokusatsu friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but,
exactly what it
that's
is.
exactly what happens.
And it helps her through situations, and it's very funny,
It's
and we
so
like to make
funny.
jokes about it. It's cute though.
It is cute. And like Emmer Jason is like the older series.
Yeah,
He was like in the 90s. He's a retired suit.
he's the Showa guy.
Yeah, he's like the Showa kind of guy. And Brooklyn suit designs.
Oh yeah,
I know,
we can talk about this real quick.
I know you're not the biggest fan of Jushawan.
Yeah, they have these weird shoulder pads, and I just not my thing.
I fucking
I don't
love
hate it.
I love these suits.
Yeah.
I think they are so fucking cool.
Yeah, They're okay.
I dig the shoulder pads. I like it's not like an armor piece, but it's like this. I don't know what else to call it. The top half. I think it's super rad. I like it how it cuts off. I like the weapons that they use.
Weapons are cool.
And I the only one I don't like is the Silver Ranger suit. I think it looks kind of
yeah, it's fine.
it's okay. But I really like the suits, especially in action. I was like, honestly,
It grew on me as a show. I actually did not like them in the beginning, and then by the end, I was like, they're okay.
honestly,
Okay.
I've seen a lot of comments that are being like, "What Sentai is this?"
What Sentai is this?
It was so funny back in the day. It
Yeah.
happened because they didn't know what it was. But honestly, if you were trying to make a Sentai show and somebody was like, "This is the next Sentai," I think people would be really stoked about this.
Yeah.
I think the suits look great. Finn, quick thoughts?
Only things I don't like, because I've explained this to you. I don't like the pointy on helmets.
Whatever.
Other than that,
Whatever.
I love
No one asked your opinion except for us. We did.
Yeah. See, I love them because looking at like the group one right here,
Mm-hmm.
all I'm seeing is like a cross of like Dino Thunder and Jungle Fury Master
Yeah.
Mode.
That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it's really similar.
So like you have like the spikes that are like the Dino Thunder, but then you have the white on the base suit that's like the Jungle Master Mode.
Yeah, I have no problem with the base suit. My thing is just the shoulder pads. I'm not a huge fan of.
See,
Especially the Red Rangers is like super bulky.
I like armor on my
Yeah.
stuff, so I love this.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I like them. He likes them. You suck. Anyways.
That's why like the Q-Oger suits are my favorite because
Whatever.
I like the more armor and more on the suit than just spandex.
I like just spandex. Man, I'm just weird.
and then
I mean that's fine.
What?
then we go into Emmer Jason.
I love his suit.
I also like the suit. I think it's really bulky. That's
But I love it. That's what he's supposed to be.
Yeah. He's a big bulky guy. It looks like he has like the helmet of Turbo
Yeah, it looks like a turbo helmet.
mixed with like just the Metal Heroes standard getup. And I kind of dig it.
It makes me want to watch Metal Heroes, honestly.
Yeah, I like this guy. That's really most of Tokusatsu. One of like the cool little details that I like is Nakamura's room.
Yeah.
Which is cluttered with Tokusatsu figures and stuff like that.
Just like merch and
Not
stuff.
just from Jusho and Emmer Jason, but there's a lot of like little details and stuff like that. And they're all original stuff as far as I'm concerned.
That is, as far as I can tell, yeah. They're
I'm
original.
sure that like maybe these suits aren't original. Maybe they like, they Frankenstein some of these suits. Like we were talking about the Jungle Fury Master Mode suits. I wouldn't be surprised if they took those suits and Frankenstein them into the Jushuan stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe they are original. Who cares?
They look cool.
It's cool, and I love that they went the full route of making these suits.
And making like toys for them
Yeah,
and making like t-shirts and like other
It's
weird things of
possible,
merchandise. I
but,
think it's
like,
awesome.
Judging based on like the arms here, I don't think they are.
Well,
used.
like they're Frankenstein from
I
other
know.
stuff.
But even still, with how the Jungle Master Mode is,
Mhm.
I don't think you can Frankenstein it the way.
I think that might just be inspired.
It might be.
I think it's inspired.
You're right. It probably is, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
The point
I
is, though,
agree.
is that we all agree Christian sucks and his opinion's stupid, and they're great suits. Anyway, so,
So fake out.
and there's only like what 2 or 3 monster suits that they make. There's the main one, which
yeah.
is this
Like a
guy,
wolf guy.
Wolf guy.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And honestly,
He's a
this
big
looks
knife.
like a toned down Daishi.
I was thinking of like what's it called, Zenaku
Yeah, like a Daishi Zanaku
hybrid.
hybrid. That's
Yeah.
what this guy is.
And then there's like there's one last one that's it's a karaoke machine monster.
He's great.
He's great. He's hilarious.
He just makes fun of him, and I love it.
yeah. He's just an asshole.
He's just an asshole, and it's great.
And they also have mooks. They have some goons.
Yeah.
They look fine.
They're fine.
Yeah, they're
Nothing
just
really special,
standard mooks.
but,
Yeah. But the fact that they made all those stuff
Mm-hmm.
for this J drama really makes it feel like the behind the scenes they actually give a shit. And there's so many little
Yeah.
details that if you're a Tokusatsu fan and like depending on how deep of a Tokusatsu fan you are, you will be rewarded
Mhm.
by just little details of stuff. You're like, oh, I get that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Like it was like a filler bit was when they went to the beach.
Yeah.
And they had to recreate like they were doing like figure poses and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I think one of the things they were talking about was like when a character like lands from top, like an Ultraman would land,
Yeah.
he would make the ground go up
The
and stuff
ground
like
go
that.
up. Yeah.
And so they were like trying to recreate that, and I was like, that's cool.
It is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. It was one of my favorite episodes.
And also, I don't know if we can experience this ourselves, but I bet you if you're a Tokusatsu fan and you live in Japan, there's a lot of stuff that's probably in for
That
you.
probably we didn't even get, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we go into our big culture talk and stuff like that, we have one more character.
Okay.
Can you bring us back up?
Is she there?
So we have to talk about fucking bitch. Nakamura's mother.
Yes.
First off, let's get the positive out of the way. Her actress is perfect.
Yeah, she's great.
She is playing this character exactly how she needs to be.
She showed up for work that day. Oh, those days.
Yeah. And it's not that this character is poorly written.
Mm-mm.
I think the complete opposite. I think she is perfectly written.
Perfectly written makes you so mad.
She is the fucking worst. So Nakamura's mother is a single mother to Nakamura and her brother. Brother is like he's whatever.
Yeah.
He's almost not worth talking
I
about.
barely call him a side character.
Yeah,
Like he's
yeah. He literally appears in 2 episodes
yeah.
for like
it's like the last 2 episodes
for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, maybe combined 5 minutes.
I don't even think he's mentioned up to that point. Yeah. But
Whatever, he's not important.
Nakamura's mother.
Yeah.
Single mother raising both of these kids, had to sell all of her nice things to raise both of these kids. Really wants her daughter to have all of these nice things that she wants, or that her mom wanted.
Yeah.
And it leads to the main crux of the show, which is Nakamura's viewpoints of hiding Tokusatsu and her story arc of learning to embrace Tokusatsu and living with it and being proud of it. You know, in face of your loved ones judging you.
Yeah.
Which is her biggest thing. She is I think she says at one point, she's like, I think she said, like, I'd rather sacrifice my social with my work friends than my mother ever finding out about this.
Yeah. Because her mom is like the root of all of her insecurities.
Yeah, that's where all of her insecurities really stem from. We see, I think every episode we see flashbacks to her as a kid and her mom, let's just be straight about it.
Yeah.
Emotionally abusing her.
Yeah.
About this. I think they make a joke out of it, but I think it's a very serious moment where she has like magazines and toys from Tokusatsu and her mom is burning them to make food from it.
Yeah.
And this scars her forever. And like her mom constantly catches her trying to consume Tokusatsu and it fucks her shit up.
Yeah, because her mom she's under the belief that like you have to be a boy to like Tokusatsu. Yeah. Or you're supposed to be a boy, you know, and girls are supposed to like cute and girly things. And Nakamura was like, I just don't like that stuff. But her mom just doesn't care. And that's the whole thing. It's like her mom sucks.
Yeah. And I think having this looming stress, like there was one time, like about halfway in the series, where she's like, my mom's coming to visit. Oh shit. And you could like the entire time they are interacting together. I believe you said it, but I was stressed the fuck out. My
anxiety was through the roof.
My anxiety was through the roof. I won't speak on your behalf, but out of all the things in the show, super relate to this part of the show with Nakamura and her mom. Because like I've always felt like I've had to hide Tokusatsu from people, and it's very cathartic seeing somebody going through the same things that I went. So like, you know, it's good not feeling alone. And there has to be somebody, whether it be Tokusatsu or anime or fucking whatever nerdy thing you're into, you will at least relate to this conflict of at least once, a parental figure judging you for the things that you like. You know, and being like, oh, or this is for boys, or this is for girls, you know, social labeling, or gender labeling a certain thing. Hell, we have done that as a society. Our generation has done that as a society as well. We're better at it, but again, we go back into the brony topic or the furry topic. Same thing, you know. And I think it's super relatable for me, at least, watching this. And I remember watching this and I was like, I had to put it down every time they interacted together because I was like, that was too real.
Stop listening to me.
And it really comes up in one scene, and I really just want to break down this one scene. This is a big spoiler for you. Have we pitched this show to you at all? Are you?
He's been sitting here.
It sounds interesting. It'll just take me a bit to get through it.
Yeah, I get you. But like, I think if you are, again, if you're new to Tokusatsu, I think that's probably the only people that probably shouldn't watch this. Is that if if you got 1 or 2 Sentai or Kamen Rider or whatever under your belt, probably not for you. I would say diehard Tokusatsu fans or diehard like otaku, like anime weebs, they would get a lot out of this as well.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you would be able to get out of it. I mean, because you're a fucking loser.
I have the anime and Power Rangers.
We've learned nothing.
You'll relate to this in some way.
Yes, you will. I think you'll like it. But in episode 6 is where the scene is. We'll spoil you on this a little bit.
Oh my god. Look, genuinely is my favorite scene in the show. Like
it's really good.
From a J-drama perspective. To start the scene, Nakamura's brother calls her as like, mom's on the way, go home, pack your shit up.
Yeah.
Flee the country. Anyway.
Flee the country. Change your name.
Change your name. Take your social security. Anyway, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to have enough time to pack all my stuff before she comes to my house and sees all my stuff. And he's like, okay. And like, first off, goat of a big brother move.
Yeah, he's great.
I wish he. One of my other big complaints about the show is that I like this character a lot, and I wish he was more in the show. He's more in the manga.
Yeah.
But like, whatever. Goat of a big brother moment. He's like, all right, plan B, right? And he's like, you're gonna do all of these things, and he like does a list of things for her. He's like, get in some frilly girly stuff. Go to this restaurant. Talk about her. Make her laugh. Blah 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 blah. Right?
Yeah.
Distract her, you know. Goat of a big brother. Nakamura and her mother sit down at this nice sushi place.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and the moment they sit down, you can feel that energy. Something's up.
Yeah, something's off.
Something's off. And they start being chummy with each other, you know, for a little bit. And then, like, her mom kind of, like, backhand compliments her. And then you're like, okay. And then they're starting to, like, kind of be a little, I don't know, what's the word?
Butt heads a little bit?
Butt heads a little bit.
Passive aggressive?
Very, oh my god, it's so passive aggressive.
Her mother is so passive aggressive.
Yeah. And then it comes to the point where her mom is like, she says something. She's like, you only wear plain clothes. And Nakamura's like, how do you know?
Yeah. I know what kind of clothes I wear.
And then her like light switch shirt's on. She's like, oh shit, she's already been in my house.
Yeah.
And Nakamura's mom brings out a Jushuan figure.
Yeah.
And hold on.
One of her favorite Jushuan figures.
And she's talking about it. And in the restaurant starts yelling at her, being like, the fuck is this? Why do you have this? This is for children.
Yeah.
When are you gonna grow up? And Nakamura goes off on her, like tells her, like, I'm an adult. I have adult friends that like the same shit I do, and some of them don't, but we don't care. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And I remember looking over at you when this happened. I glanced at you when this happened.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you. You went, Nakamura's mom stands up, hits Nakamura, just a good smack.
Good smack.
And is like, go up.
Yeah, and then just like berating her.
Yeah.
Like, and
then she like puts the finger on her face, breaks it.
Yeah.
And Nakamura loses her fucking mind. It is the best scene in the show.
Yeah.
She gets up and she doesn't slap her mom. She almost like fucking punches her mom.
Like closed fist. Just boom on her mom. Oh my god.
It was so cathartic.
She's like, you bitch!
Yeah, she calls her mom a bitch. And it is so sweet.
Oh my god.
And it's like, oh my god. Oh.
And those people at the other table are just like,
Oh yeah, there's people at the table. They're just like,
look down, don't look up.
And it's so cathartic seeing this happen. And so we keep, and she's like, how much did it take you to raise me? How much money? I'll pay it all off. Every cent.
Mm-hmm.
In exchange, you're no longer family.
Oh god.
And it is,
it's so good. It's a good scene.
God, this is the scene I relate to so hard. and I love it so much. It is so cathartic.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing this happen, and like her mom like runs off crying, and one of my favorite things about this is it's a little thing. We didn't talk about it in the commentary track. Nakamura doesn't cry. She's not sad about it. She's not mad about it. She's mad that her figure's broken, but she is not upset about the situation at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's the good shit. She doesn't give a fuck at all about what she's done, and I'm like, yes, bitch. Fucking give her a second one while you're at it.
Go 1, 2, you're a bitch.
Give her 1, 2. And it is so satisfying to see. Like one of the best jokes, I think, is like right after like she gets done screaming at her mom, the waitress comes in with all of their food.
She's in the background. It's not even focused on her. She's just like,
I'm just gonna go put this back. It's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
I'll come back later.
And you know, it leads to her mom kind of, I don't want to say they reconcile at the end of the show.
No, but definitely it's a start.
It's a start of something, and I think that's a good take to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where, you know, you should try to have these relationships when you can, but I want to speak on kind of both halves of it because I don't, and I know this is kind of getting a little personal.
Mm-hmm.
But I think me and you we've talked about this before. Our family lives are vastly different from each other.
Yeah.
You have a very close relationship with your parents, whereas I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cool to see your parents support your interests. I'm sure they had to go through a similar thing where they would be like, okay, he's into Tokusatsu as an adult. We might as well support him.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very grateful to have the parents I do.
Whereas my family doesn't. And both sides of this are totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try to build that relationship, if you've gone through a similar thing like this, it is both okay to have this relationship that you have, but it's also okay to cut that relationship out of your life. And this kind of brings us all around into the social norms conversation that I want to kind of finish this podcast out with.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in this show really covers 3 big aspects of like being an outcast.
Yeah.
And it's like Tokusatsu's for boys. That's one big one.
Yeah.
Tokusatsu's for little kids. And then also just Tokusatsu's weird in general. It's a weird thing to like. And
I think you can kind of branch that off.
Yeah, but like those are the three big aspects of the show's themed over.
And I think we can talk about. I'd love to just talk about nerd culture.
Mm-hmm.
Cartoons, anime, video games, target demographic. All of those things have a target demographic.
Yes.
I am under the belief that just because something is targeted towards a certain audience does not mean you either have to design the property or whatever you're doing to appeal to that target demographic.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean that only that target demographic should be the only ones that enjoy that content. I think all of us agree on that topic.
Yeah, and if you're not part of the target demographic, that's okay.
Yeah. And it's okay for people to like that stuff. I think that our generation kind of gets that.
Yeah.
I think we're
at the very least it's on the right track, getting better. Yeah.
I think it really started with the millennial generation.
Mm-hmm.
But our generation, we should be the ones pioneering for it doesn't matter about what you like or how you enjoy it, just as long as you're doing it safe, you're not harming others, and you're not being a dick.
Yeah.
I think these are pretty easy standards for everyone to meet. As long as you're not being
a dick, you can like whatever you want.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
Come on. Stop.
But I know what you did. But like it's I think this show is a beautiful celebration of not just Tokusatsu. It is, but I think it's a celebration of nerd culture and how it's changed over the years.
Yeah.
If you asked me 15 years ago, if you would tell me that Marvel would have Avengers Endgame come out, everything that happened in Avengers Endgame happened, I would spit in your face and laugh. You're a clown.
You're a clown. Yeah.
If you would tell me that we as a society has made anime mainstream, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
My parents know what Attack on Titan is. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful, you know? And I feel like we've started going in a good direction, and it's up to us to keep going in that right direction to where nobody has to feel like a social outcast. And if you do feel like a social outcast and you have no one to talk to, join our Discord.
Join our Discord.
Join our Discord.
You can talk to us.
And talk to us. We'll be your friends.
We'll be your friends. Yeah.
You want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Patreon.com/Tokunommentaries, where you can check out the commentary tracks, which, by the way, real quick on this, our funniest commentary tracks.
I think this one might be one of our best commentaries. If I would check out any commentary first, it would be the
this would be one of them for sure.
Yeah.
I think we were both on our A game for those.
For sure.
And it not only is the show funny, but we were funny.
We were funny, and I honestly think of a lot of things we filmed, it's one of my favorite things we've filmed so far.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think it's not our favorite show that we watched for theirs. King Oger is still.
King Oger was really good, but like for a short, sweet season, honestly, there's nothing really wrong with it.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious.
Yeah. So patreon.com/Tokunommentaries, where you can see the commentary tracks for this and other stuff like the Godzilla Monsterverse, Godzilla 1954, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and of course, Osama Sentai King Goger. And if you join the Kaiju tier, you get a free exclusive commentary track every month. We did Pacific Rim and Pacific Rim Uprising, and next month we are doing
Rodan.
So
1956.
If you're excited to see that, please join the Kaiju tier. Check it out. Other than that, join the Discord, where you can see and hang out with us, talk about Tokusatsu. Yeah, we do all sorts of stuff there.
Yeah.
Next time you see us, you'll be seeing Kamen Rider Geats.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, we'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.